Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Longboard Bros 1975. A YouTuber's on the rise. Reviewing games and sometimes friends. But Longboard Bros 1975.
Hey YouTube, Longboys Post 1975. I got something in the oven, sorry, my mouth's watering. What a terrible start to a vlog. It's Wednesday, I've just got home, finished work for a few days, gonna have myself a beverage, crack into some more Super Mario Maker, which is absolutely fantastic. Send me, or leave a comment if you want me to, or those of you who aren't on Facebook. Oh, it smells really good. Yeah, leave a comment if you want me to put the codes in or something. But yeah, anyway, hang on. What an unprofessional, awkward start to a vlog. Yeah, it's my first Wednesday vlog. Ignore the question, it's not as cliche as it sounds, and I'll get to that. First Wednesday vlog of 2016. I hope you all had a really, really good, Christmas and an excellent New Year. I actually worked New Year's Eve. Lots of people looked at me and laughed and said, why would you do that? And I didn't even have to. I volunteered to, simply because I'm not a massive fan of New Year's, and to be perfectly honest, if you offer me double time, you offer me 20 quid an hour, then I'll easily, happily sacrifice my New Year's for that. But I hope you all had an excellent, brilliant New Year. And, and I hope, all your loved ones did as well. Now, excuse me, I am rusty with vlogging, aren't I? This has got absolutely nothing to do with this vlog, but I've got to show it. If you follow me on Facebook, you would have seen it already. If someone at work linked me this on Facebook, I didn't even know they were doing this. I could have missed out, but how cool is this? Look at that bad boy. Customised Lawn Boy Marmite jar. Sealed. I am never opening it. Yes, it is real Marmite. Quite reasonable as well. I think you pay $3.98 for it, and it's not the small one, so that's what it costs. Then you paid something like $3.98 for shipping, which sounds expensive, but it was actually properly bulletproof wrapped, and proper, private delivery firm delivered it. Anyway, 1 second. I'm off work and I'm thirsty. Yeah, question up there. If you could have, now let me set this up, one system, well, you're only allowed one system to play for the rest of your life, what would it be? I understand that people have asked this before. I've never answered it. I've never even thought about it. And I was talking to my buddy at work, and we had like a friendly argument over it at lunch. And no, actually we didn't. We actually had a friendly argument over it while we were working. Never mind. That's irrelevant. Oh, I am rusty at vlogging, and I've never actually stopped to think about it. And right, stipulations for this are: you can't pick a PC, you can't pick any form of emulation. So soft-modded Wii's, modded Xboxes, that's all out the window. It literally has to be a system, computer. I'm talking nostalgia, like 8-bit, 16-bit computers, consoles, up to now, I guess, which would make the current generation a bit tricky to pick because we don't know where they're going as such. But yeah, it's because I've never answered before, I stopped to think about it, and it becomes more of a you've got to be practical. And by that I mean, if you pick a system, because that's what I think most people go with, if you pick a system because of nostalgia, or you can't, basically, because you need to be practical. You need to make sure you've got a library, enough stuff to play for the rest of your life. This is why I like this question with all the way I'm thinking about it. So if you pick like a Mega Drive or a SNES, yeah, you got a lot of games, but let's be honest, if that's the only system you got for the rest of your life, you're going to get through them quite quickly. And while games are brilliant, you can go back and they have replay value, ultimately we still need new input. We need new challenges. That's the nature of human nature. God, I am rusty, but you know what I mean? You need new input. You can only go back, even though I know it's a retro game, that may sound weird, but what I'm saying here, people, is keep in perspective, it's for the rest of your life. You can't just continuously go back. At some point you're going to crave a new challenge. And so you can't pick something because of graphics, because again, it's like, well, yeah, amazing graphics, but if you got no library, like the Wii or stuff, like, an interface or a motion control, brilliant, but once again it comes back to practicality, and you need you need a very large, collection of games or, tools or whatever. And so I started thinking about it, and I thought, well, if it was console based, I guess PlayStation 2 to some degree, because that's got a really, really big library. But then I was thinking even more. I'll get my prop a moment. Actually, no, I won't. I don't know where it is. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why I need a prop. Rusty. Yeah, the PlayStation 2 would be a viable choice. Certainly not, Xbox 360 with PlayStation 3. You go back to like Mega Drive, Master System, NES. NES is viable, I suppose. But this might surprise you. And there is, you can say, some nostalgia in here. But I thought about it, and then thought, what's the only system that I can safely say that, or computer I could pick and for, the rest of my life, realistically have a shot of playing, game after game after game that I've never played before. Yes, some of them may be shit, some of them may be amazing, but my point is, if I could only have one system for the rest of my life, then I would sacrifice sound, I would sacrifice graphics. That's not to say the games on this system are bad, I would sacrifice everything like that. Nostalgia, although I am nostalgic about this, and I would go with a Sinclair ZX Spectrum. Yes, this is my Vega, but I just wanted to wave it around because it's awesome. Why? Because I don't think people outside of the United Kingdom are aware of just exactly how many games there are on it. Like, what is it, 25,000? I think I heard 30,000. And technically it's still being coded for, which you can say quite a few things are, but that many games, yeah. So, like I said, I'd sacrifice graphics, sound, fancy bells and whistles and all that shit, and I would go with that, because you need new inputs, as I said. So, that many games, realistically, for the rest of my life, I can still get to experience and play stuff that I've never played before, while, having the ability to go back to all the greats and favourites and ones I'm nostalgic about. But like I said, the most important thing, because it's human nature, and from a sense of practicality, you need a new challenge. So that's the one I would pick. That's why I thought it was interesting, this question, when I actually sat down to answer it, because being able to constantly have new challenges is important, and yeah, I get everything. I get the best of both worlds. I get one of my favourite systems. I get nostalgia, but more importantly, I get such a vast library of games and tools that's pretty much for the rest of my life I can still experience new experiences, in gaming. So anyway, once again, people, Happy New Year, and yeah, one system for the rest of your life. Bearing in mind of what I said here, what would you pick and why? Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.